So hello everyone, this is the moon currency for January 11th, 2021. The moon moves from 24 degrees Sagittarius into 9 degrees Capricorn. So please be aware if that's where your moon placement is, or if you have other planetary bodies within that range, or that are aspected within that range, okay? If you don't know your chart, reach out to me. My email is in the description, okay? I'll make sure you get it. The moon today starts semi-sextiling Pluto. The way I got this energy is the death of a vision of how we used to run ourselves and our lives, how we used to dictate our course of action, our drive. I think there's a certain realization that we cannot do things the way we've been doing. With it quincunxing Sedna thereafter, this is about truly unlocking ourselves from the soul cage. This is about the great vision that the moon in Sagittarius holds that can't quit, right? You can't quit on your freedom. You can't quit on the big vision. There has to be a certain level of faith being amplified about the reality, because both Pluto and Sedna are in earth signs. This is about our reality. There's a certain amount of imprisonment that I think people are very unaware of within their own selves and within the environment around them that needs to shift. It then semi-squares Poseidon and transits into Capricorn. So this semi-square to Poseidon being in Scorpio, this is our deep emotional self that can sometimes be erratic when we don't see things working out the way we thought they would, or going the way that we thought they would or hoped they would. We can become emotionally turbulent, and it forces a deeper look. It forces us to take a much deeper look at what we're doing, who is in our life, what is important. You know, this is big energy in the details. As Luna transits into Capricorn, it becomes the apex of a yod between Lilith, who's conjunct with Admetos, they're both retrograding, and Volcanus, who's retrograding. With the moon quincunxing these 2 points, the moon in Capricorn is very dictator-esque, okay? Lilith retrograding is about self-discovery, and Admetos retrograding is about the undoing of ancestral cycles. You know, Admetos is represented symbolically by the tombstone. And Mercury, this is how we communicate our ancestral karma. Our self-discovery and the healing of our karma is not allowing us to dictate the same way, and Volcanus retrograding is not allowing us to explode about it. This is deep acceptance. Deep acceptance that maybe we were or have been, quote unquote, wrong, misdirected, or misguiding. That there's a certain lack of understanding on our part that doesn't understand how we manifest. And our ancestors and who we are in our heart, our Christ consciousness, will not allow us to continue dictating in the same way. It's opening our eyes to what needs to shift. It moves into conjunction with Cupido and Venus, who are in a grand Earth trine with Mars and trans Pluto, who's retrograding, and semi-sextiling between White Moon and Saturn. The moon in Capricorn in this grand Earth trine with Mars and Taurus and trans Pluto and Virgo. We absolutely need to be passionate about our reality. We need to be passionate about the things that we possess in our experience that are ours, who and what is in our experience. It matters. It matters. And if we have to face our past or look at the unknown, undiscovered parts of ourself, or the parts of ourself that have been suppressed or buried, or the light has been removed and we've called it a weakness. This is about getting in touch with who we are here as an individual and our role to play. We all have a role. We all have a purpose. We all have a reason for being here. With Cupid and Venus there, this is about being super, super grateful for the people that matter to you in your life, the people that you love and the people that love you and support you. Our ancestors are absolutely guiding us in the right direction. Our intuition is guiding us in the right direction on what to do about our reality. Because the semi-sextiling between white moon and Saturn, white moon's in Sag and Saturn's in Aquarius, this is about unlocking the beautiful blessings and the abundance and the beautiful karma of white moon with the divine order of Saturn that in Aquarius is helping you see the bigger picture. It's time for us all to see the bigger picture. This isn't about complacency at all. This isn't about ignorance at all. We are not allowed to be asleep, quote unquote, asleep. There's a much bigger energy at play. And we are a part of it. We are not just some little speck on the earth that doesn't matter. Our lives and the lives of those we love and the lives of those who will come after us matter very much. And we are not invisible and we are not unimportant in our lives. And we have to stop acting or thinking or believing that we don't. We absolutely matter. Everybody is becoming aware of this. Okay, so even people that are quote unquote sleeping, they are being touched by this energy. People are realizing what's truly important and that there has to be some kind of desire or drive with Mars to fight for our purpose, to fight for our lives, to fight for what we love and what we support, who we love and who we support. Especially because our ancestors who watch over us wouldn't have it any other way. They don't want us to repeat their mistakes. They don't want us to repeat the karmic cycles that we were taught and programmed as children to believe about ourselves and others in the world. This is a huge, huge energy today. Probably the biggest. From there, the moon sextiles Apollon and squares Chiron as it semi-sextiles Jupiter and Mercury, who are conjunct today, and trines Uranus retrograding. Luna sextiling Apollon is an understanding that we need to direct ourselves in accordance with our soul song, our deep soul song, the core of our soul song. This is our alignment with the vibration and the authenticity of the one. And it's squaring Chiron, which means we cannot be victims. We cannot succumb to the idea that life is happening to us and not for us. That we have no say in what our life looks like. We cannot be a victim. We cannot be a martyr. We cannot be just another brick in the wall, so to speak. Semi-sextiling Jupiter and Mercury, this is people speaking up. Very big, very clear, very loud when it comes to higher perspective. Jupiter and Mercury are in Aquarius. Jupiter is a magnifier. It amplifies everything it touches, and Mercury being the planet of communication, perception, and the mind, This is a huge opening on what we need to do. People are going to be inspired today to do things, to say things, to shift the perspective, to communicate from a higher place. Even if you've talked to people who have been, quote unquote, sleeping, who are completely unaware, I promise you the things coming out of people's mouths today, unbeknownst to you or them, are in alignment with a higher perspective. People are speaking from a higher point of view, whether they realize it or not. Trining Uranus retrograding, this should be no surprise. It should be no surprise. You know, Uranus is a curveball planet. It's a wild card. It's retrograding right now, and it's getting ready to go direct at the end of this week, come Friday. Where our perceptions are stuck now, with all of this energy coming through today, is completely unlocking the door to what we haven't been seeing in our reality. Truth is coming out and being exposed about the reality. These are huge, huge, huge communications. Not just on a personal level either. You know, things going on in the worldwide scale, things are going to be coming out. Deep truth is going to be coming out. It's going to be triggering people to wake up. People cannot ignore what's going on. In personal lives, people cannot ignore what's going on. Okay, major, major truth with this moon. This is leading up to the new moon that we're having on the 12th and the 13th tomorrow. It's at 12 a.m. Between the 12th and 13th. It's exactly midnight. So this energy is pre-new moon energy. This is the beginning of the new manifestation. It ends the day semi-sextiling Juno, well, you know, still trining in on Uranus retrograde, and then semi-sextiles Astraea while opposing Hades. That's where it finishes, semi-sextiling Astraea and opposing Hades, 9 degrees. Semi-sextiling Juno is about being loyal to the bigger vision, the hope, the visualization of what we wish to see. It's our dream. This is about being loyal to our dream. You know, if we've always pictured being happy, if we always pictured our children being happy, if we always wanted them to have blessed and beautiful lives where they're successful, this is about us dictating a path that is loyal to our best daydreams. Trining Uranus retrograde, it's our stuck thinking that it was getting in the way of actually manifesting it. So with the semi-sextile to Astraea, Astraea is like I always describe it as like a healing river of divine white diamond light. That healing is coming into how we choose to do things. And it's opposing Hades retrograde in Cancer. In order to love ourselves most, we cannot actually love ourselves the way we've been. We can't keep expressing self-love the same way that we've been. A part of us doesn't want to transform how we view self-love because it's a very personal thing. But if you think of the authenticity of the one and the greatest vision of the one, we have to love ourselves collectively as a whole one. It's very difficult with the opposition there to see how loving ourselves the way we have in our own personal lives has been somewhat selfish. Because there's so much more that matters than just that. This isn't about self-love is taking a nice warm bath, and self-love is taking time to meditate, and self-love is, doing what is best for you. Not that that's not self-love. It's just not the only kind of self-love there is. You can love yourself by supporting your family. You can love yourself by supporting your community. You can love yourself and feel amazing being supportive of other people, directing other people how to love themselves, how to stand up for what it is that they want to achieve in their vision. This is a big time guidance. Everybody is being called to be included and guide in what is the dynamic between our paternal and maternal energies within ourselves, our masculine and feminine energies within the selves that are maturing. Our heart spaces, our maternal energy that nurtures others is going through a huge transformation, and how we choose to dictate things and call shots is shifting. So be very prepared for that. There will probably be huge tower moments today going into tomorrow and the weekend. So, just be aware. Don't freak out if, something doesn't go the way you thought. If it's not going the way you thought, there is definitely a higher divine reason at this point. So please trust in the process. Please keep yourself and your loved ones in heart and mind and soul always. And know that that is the ultimate priority at the end of this energy. All right. So until next time, guys, I will see you tomorrow. Love you lots. Bye.